Good people don't need laws. And there are some right here who don't need laws. They pick abalone underwater.
Now what we got to do, draw a line.
They live life in comfort and fish. They wouldn't envy a king. They are men of nature. Five million people around the world visit Australia every year in search of romance and leisure. The tropical and Mediterranean climate offers warmth all year round, and there is much to see and eat. It is a paradise on earth and a blessed land. You even have the freedom to undress anywhere. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to go out and get some fresh abalone for dinner. Pick the abalone, go home and clean it, and be fresh on the table in a few hours.
What is he going to show us? He goes into the ocean with snorkeling equipment. It might not look deep, but it's more than 10 feet deep. The boy appears smiling. He takes something out of his bag. Oh, it's abalone, natural abalone.
15 minutes, dinner. Fresh.
The friendly boy shows us how to pick abalone. You have to go in at least 10 feet deep.
Like that. Which is, you can get anywhere. Any fishing shop, you buy a fishing license, then you can get abalone. But only 10 per person.
He goes to pick mussels now.
You're going to get fresh mussels. Just need one bag. And that pylon over there.
He goes into the ocean again. There are a lot of mussels by the yellow pole. This time he comes back in 10 minutes. The bag looks heavy.
10 minutes.
As long as you have this boy as your friend, you're likely never to go hungry. He lets the small ones go and only keeps what he will take. Mussels are great for relieving hangovers. It might look easy, but not anyone can do this. Your house looks nice. Why do you like free food? He says it's his hobby and pleasure.
All the guts stay in.
He separates the abalone skillfully and removes the intestines. He wipes and cleans for 3 minutes. The abalone looks good. He suddenly goes somewhere. What is he going to do? Oh, he's crushing them with a stone to make them softer. Now for the mussels. Mussels are an indication of oceanic pollution, but no need to think about that here. They look nice and shiny now. While he prepares, they set the table outside for an elegant feast.
Barbecue will be ready now. It's been on for a while. It's very, very... What we do is put the clean...
When the fire comes up, place the mussels first. Every house has a grill since people here enjoy barbecues. The mussels have opened up. They'll get too tough if you cook them any longer. The Marine boy puts the mussels in a bowl. He adds minced garlic, onion, and parsley for a better taste. He adds lemon juice and olive oil and then mixes it up gently.
Okay. I'm going to cook the pasta, the squid ink pasta.
It's black since it's made of ink. It might look strange, but it tastes great with seafood.
Okay, quick stir so it doesn't burn.
Now for the special ingredient. He gets the natural abalone, which he has prepared with care.
Prepared earlier. Beautiful.
Abalone is precious in Korea, so it is sliced thinly. But here, they can get it anytime, which is why they cut thicker slices. that will taste so good. Talk about lucky. Once he adds the black pasta, even the smell is enticing. The best ingredients and seasonings are basic. Only the freshest ingredients are used. The final touch is to add cream and mix it up. Serve it in a plate and it will make your mouth water.
Get into it.
This boy's cooking has never disappointed anyone. Today's dish will also be a hit. It brings smiles to everyone's faces. Whether it be the Orient or the West, mussels are best in the shell.
I did stop.
What do you think of the taste?
양념이 너무 맛있어요.
The pasta with abalone is finally served. The Marine boy serves each plate with care. He adds cheese as a final touch. It's time to taste it. Everyone is at a loss for words.
Well, it's squid ink.
He's an architectural designer, but he can cook well too.
Tastes very tender, very beautiful, beautiful flavors.
This Korean woman hasn't had abalone except in porridge. How is it?
전 이렇게 세상에서 맛있는 파스타는 처음 먹어봐요, 정말. 그리고 전복 파스타는 정말 이번이 처음인데 이렇게 부드러울 줄 몰랐어요, 정말요. 정말 환상적인 맛이에요.
Australia's nature might be beautiful, but New Zealand is even better. Areas of primitive nature are preserved well. The deep mountains provide clean water, and the grandness of nature embraces the life that surrounds. Let's take a look at rainbow trout. This is Lake Taupo. It is captured by satellite, so you can imagine the size. If you want trout, you have to catch it first.
Are you going back to Rotorua tonight?
He had a big catch just this morning. He stops at the same place and prepares the fish.
This is our lure, and all that is doing is we're going to put that in the water, take it down to 36 metres, and that just spins through the water and hopefully attracts a very big hungry trout. 4.5 kilo lead weight.
The lake is not only large, but also deep. If you don't use a large and heavy weight, the hook won't reach the bottom. It's more than 425 feet deep here. Now it's time to wait.
We have to have a fishing license. You can buy either a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly one. This is
그 라이센스를 가지면은 한 사람당 3마리씩 잡을 수 있고 송어 한 마리 크기는 미니멈 최소한 45cm 이상 되는 것만 잡을 수 있고요.
He gets a signal.
yeah. Okay, now we just got to play it just nice and gently to the boat. Nice and smooth. Hopefully it'll grow on the way up.
Natural trout are fun to catch. He reels the line in and the rod bends. The trout finally appears.
Oh, I think he might make it.
He uses a net to avoid dropping it. How nice! Did he say 17 inches? Let's see.
Not that much.
It barely passes.
Welcome to the boat.
What is he doing? That looks mean.
It's a rainbow jack, male fish.
Okay.
Life can be cruel. The captain has caught one, and the coordinator's line is also being tugged. It seems heavier than the other one. It passes in size. The captain knocks it out and washes it. It shines with beauty. They had fun fishing. It's time to cook a delicacy with it now.
Hello. Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, good.
Yeah.
They show him today's catch.
Which we call it, but of course in Korea you call it songor. You can't.
He begins cooking by sharpening the knife. He splits the trout in half, then sprinkles salt and pepper. That's it.
And now we need a pan.
He's going to prepare something special for the Korean guests. He gets some alcohol. He sets it on fire.
On the rack. Here, this is sawdust. Here.
He places the smoker over the fire and waits for the sawdust to catch fire. It starts to smoke. He places the trout on the smoker, and now they just have to wait.
Put the lid on. Well, actually, in New Zealand, most people smoke their own trout. They have a smoker like this one, or sometimes they make a special smoker, which is air.
20 minutes later, smoked rainbow trout from Lake Taupo. It is smoked well and gives off a nice scent. It looks great. The cook removes the bones first. He gives it to his children. Trout are protected, so you have to catch them to eat them. Thanks to these laws, people have fresh trout. The daughter doesn't seem to appreciate it very much. She doesn't like fish, but she eats it because her father cooks it.
Favorite sport. It's extreme. A lot of adrenaline.
Why don't you come down here and try our New Zealand rainbow trout? It's beautiful. It's so tasty. It's just...
Nature is honest. Love and respect it, and it'll reward you in return. People seek pleasure and health in the best of nature's meals. Nothing could be better than the taste of nature. May it last forever. The Incans ruled the Andes long ago. The Quechua, Incan descendants, still live in Peru. There are other Incan descendants living at Lake Titicaca, the highest lake in the world. Would you like to meet them? Machu Picchu is the last remaining structure of the Incan Empire. This fortress was discovered in the 1900s. It is full of mysteries. The stone technology is exquisite. The source of the waterway, which still flows, is unknown. Food for a population of 10,000 was provided by more than 980 feet of terraced fields. The market shows the fancy past. These people are the Quechua, Incan descendants. They still wear traditional attire and stick to old lifestyles. They are selling fabric and accessories, which were personally made.
Ali,
Hay que otra canque. 14 años.
In order to meet the Quechua, you have to go to Taquil Island at Lake Titicaca. 1,500 natives live here at 400 meters above sea level. They speak the Quechua language and live as people did way back when. When you enter the village, you can see men knitting. What are they making?
¿3 meses? ¿Eso lo haces cada día?
Cada día.
Cada día sin parar.
Sin parar.
This boy shows us a hat he knitted. It is called a chulo, and every male of Taquil has to have one. Depending on what type of hat you wear, other people can tell whether or not you're married. You have to wear the right one.
Como para Chile hasta ahora también se utilizamos para el matrimonio. Entonces solamente ahora también normalmente si la gente aquí utilizamos en el diario para trabajo todo eso, solamente su nombre chulo y soltero.
The The men of Toquil know extremely well. Their woven goods are praised highly.
Yes.
Buscar. Right.
The women spin thread all the time. They make thread with alpaca or llama wool. The climate is dry. All they can plant are potatoes. The people have to barter for all other provisions. Hueran soup is a special food.
Sopa de quinoa. Segundo, matasca. Ahora estoy pelando papa.
First, she peels potatoes. She puts hueran in boiling water and adds chuno and potatoes. Now all she has to do is boil it well over a fire.
Pata recién pero morón. Después, por almuerzo es esto. Aguas, oca, papa. Eso nomás no hay sopa.
Prayers are always said before meals. Hueran soup is similar to curry and poured over rice. Being at a high altitude, it is hard to have meat or fish, but hueran soup is good.
Está rico, pero ya terminé ya.
After the meal, the family gathers around and chews something. It is cocoa leaves. The substance is prohibited in Korea because it is the ingredient used to make cocaine. But these people chew it like gum.
Nuestros, vamos a trabajar. Y coca nos hace fuerza, hace valor. Para eso pisamos coca.
About 40 minutes from Puno Port, you will see a great lake. It is Lake Titicaca, a lake that sits at the highest altitude in the world. There is an island on one side of the lake. The island has dozens of houses. Who lives on this island? It was made by the Uros. It is made with a reed called totora. That's why this island floats around the lake. Reeds soaking in water will rot. So the men of this place continue to tie new reeds to the island.
Rápido se fue un futuro maduro. Poco aguanta nomás un mes. Porque rápido, al pisarlo se vuelve polvo nomás, con el sol más rápido.
About 100 people live on this island. They even have a chief.
Aquí en esta es la escuela nueva, ¿no? Que tiene 5 años todavía.
Udo's Elementary School is the only school on the island. Everyone is Catholic here, and they have a church. The green cross and the colorful flowers show how Catholicism changed to suit this environment. The Incans who lost their home to the Spanish settled on the lake and lived here for centuries. There are about 40 reed islands at Lake Titicaca. Cabinetovo Island only has 5 households. 20 people live there.
Cuando no visita la turista triste, nosotros vivimos. Cuando visitamos la turista, alegría nos gusta.
Vamos a ir a pescar, dicen, ya, vamos, en mancha nos vamos, en grupo, ¿no? Todo acá con mis compañeros, toda mi familia, ¿no? Estamos bien alegres, tranquilos. Solamente lo que nos hace un poco dudoso, no tenemos escuela.
Their main business is fishing. Their boats, called bulrush, are also made with totora. The most caught fish is trout, But in the summer, only karache are caught. What do they cook with this? They remove the guts and wash it. Then they put it in a soil crop. Then they add a bunch of whole potatoes. Salt is the only seasoning they use to cook. They have to have fried barley when eating fish stew. It is whole barley. The fish stew is finally done. Everyone gathers around to eat. The food is natural, and they eat with their hands.
Y es las 12 y cuando ya preparamos, nosotros ya empezamos a comer. Y más comemos trigo y más acompañado con batia.
Now that they're full, they have to work. Is it all right to make a fire on a reed island? Stones are being heated in the straw. What are they going to do? The fish has been dried in the sun for a week. It's half-dried karachi. The people put heated stones on straw and place the dried fish on the stones. This is their only means of livelihood. They take this broiled fish to land once a week and exchange it for other food. Their roasted karachi is popular among people on the mainland. That's because there's a secret to it. It's pressure cooking. They place more heated stones on the fish and cook it in a short time to prevent loss of nutrition. This lets you keep the fish longer and makes it taste better.
Papá, vamos a cambiar mañana. Mañana vamos a ir.
También nuestro centro de salud no tenemos. Tenemos que ir hasta la ciudad. Que a veces nos preocupa un poco de eso.
The people of Lake Titicaca still live the way Incans did centuries ago. The Quechuas still preserve fancy Incan civilization. Time may have passed, but they are proud of being Incan descendants. Our rural village in Spain is bustling. A cooking contest is held here for all the men of the village. Men, gather round. It is a cooking contest for males only. Spain is famous for its patriarchal society, and the male authority is great in Basque. But today, the women only taste the food. In Turkey, only men are allowed to cook outside. Let's see how well they do. The Great Pyrenees borders France and Spain. Basque is a conservative area right below it. There is a special custom in this area. It is Chocs, a gourmet club that only allows men to cook. Women can never join.
No entraban las mujeres aquí, a los chocos, pero ahora ya casi la mayoría de los chocos ya entran las mujeres igual que los demás. Sí, es una costumbre, no sé, machista o lo que quiera llamar.
All men of Basque are members of a gourmet club. They have continued the tradition for generations.
Este es bacalao con pimientos. Pero ahora te explico todo el proceso.
Pero esto es típico de aquí, ¿no?
Sí, pimientos de aquí, de aquí, de míos, de mi casa.
This is the joint kitchen. They pay for the ingredients they share. They get whatever else they need on their own. Every member has a key to the kitchen. They also share the wine in the wine cellar. Today's choice is a red wine.
Este vino es mío, mira, yo soy Iñaki Gorigolzarri, aquí no veo ni esto. El marido de esta, como es un artista, dice que ese vino que no es bueno, hay otros mejores, hay más.
The people of Basque enjoy eating pepper dishes. Once the appetite is stimulated with a pepper dish, they soothe it with a fish dish. Boiled codfish is a popular tonic. They add bell peppers and garlic and boil it for about 2 hours. It tastes great. There must be a reason he keeps shaking it like that.
Luego se pone el bacalao boca arriba con la piel por abajo, ahí en frío, allí, en la cazuela en frío.
It's time to eat. The wine bottle is opened and they make a toast. The gourmet clubs were developed and maintained for generations. That is why many famous cooks are from Basque.
He estado en una cena en el Guggenheim y entonces, si va ese, se queda con más hambre que la que entró. 6 platos, con la lucecita, la vetala, esto.
They follow rules for everything, even a cup of coffee. It has to have a strong scent. Frozen cups are always ready to be used after a meal. Even doing the dishes is a privilege for men only. A gourmet club for males. They also love to sing folk songs after a meal. The Basque Male Gourmet Club is rooted in a sense of comfort that stems from tradition. San Sebastian, Spain. The normally quiet village is busy preparing for the annual male frugal cooking competition.
Ya con 5 euros habría que cocinar para 4 personas un menú completo de un plato primero, segundo y postre.
You can cook whatever you want. Boil it, fry it, or steam it. It just has to taste good. All the women need to do is watch and taste it.
La mayoría solo entran hombres. Bueno, entran hombres, también entran mujeres, pero no pueden cocinar y tal.
This is all part of the male superiority syndrome. The hidden message is that men are the best cooks. This is the 9th time that 78-year-old Victor is participating.
Solo cocinar en casa, pero mi mujer me riñe porque dice que mancho mucho, que ensucio muchos cacharros y luego que no lo dejo como lo deja ella.
He has won 8 times. Today's menu begins with a garlic soup, followed by a boiled chicken dish.
Que es con cerveza. Cebolla, cerveza, y luego tiene...
The dessert is pears preserved in wine.
Caldo de ave.
Pachi is a boiler repairman. He prepares a potato appetizer and chicken dish. His dessert is a rice dessert made with milk and cinnamon.
Limoncito por aquí. Sí, porque hacer las cosas uno mismo te ayuda para estar vivo. No es solo... Es una forma de vivir, ¿no? De filosofía, de vida. ¡Opa, Corea!
Michael and Jose are first-timers this year. They prepare chicken kebabs combining Spanish and Oriental styles. What an idea! Are you confident?
Chaval, más porque... No, además no toca. Hoy no toca. No, qué va. No, da igual. Si ganamos bien y si no, pues también, sí.
The people of Basque are confident about cooking. They also give a lot of compliments.
Vamos a salir en Corea, mira.
A compliment does a lot. The men are encouraged.
Buenísima. Esto es en la... ¿Cómo se ha hecho? Esto es en las recetas, las dos recetas. Y el vino, las peras al vino, las peras, es echar vino con un poquito de agua, un poquito de azúcar.
They finish cooking in the given time and wait for the results. What is this strange-looking dish? It's fun to look at.
Uy, que nos están cogiendo la tele.
Justo. Y bueno, pues también a la vista también es importante.
Entonces, representa aquí, a ver.
Es un plato erótico.
¿Dónde está eso?
¿Por qué parte empiezo? Porque tú por el espárrago, venga. Tú por aquí.
The erotic dish surprised the judges, but received a high score for originality. The judges taste each dish carefully. After much consideration, they decide on today's winner. Today's winner is Pachi. He made a delicious dish that cost the least amount of money. Jose and Michael receive a prize for creativity.
Primero tengo que vivir. Sí. Vale, adiós.
Spain isn't the only place where men cook. Turkish men also welcome challenges in the kitchen. Turkey has a history of 5,000 years. It is a country where the descendants of the Ottoman Turk Empire live. The mood is unique, with only men here. The Turkish enjoy kebabs. All vegetables and meat, except pork, are grilled over charcoal. The men begin by eating rice. They serve generous portions. It's nutritional butter rice. The Gourmet Club of Turkey. Gourmet began during the time of the Ottoman Turks, when the chef tasted the king's food first. This tradition, which is more than thousands of years old, has led to a motto that says people will go anywhere there is delicious food. Today's first dish is tomatoes kebab. A plate is served and they begin with a prayer. They love food. People joke that the men are okay with homely wives, but not ones who can't cook.
Muhakkak yemek de oluyor. Muhakkak yemek oluyor. Arasında oluyor, evet. Gördüğünüz gibi.
Danada da yine buttan. Kuşbaşı şeklinde doğranıp 2 defa üst üste makineyle çekiliyor. Kıyma haline getiriliyor.
Evet abi.
The ingredients look common enough. Minced beef, barley powder, pepper powder, and kikik to eliminate odor.
Urfa'da olur bu genelde. Orada yetişen bir biberdir. Özellikle çiğ köftede kullanılır bu. Özellikle çiğ.
Black pepper powder is spicy but sweet. Mix seasonings with it to make a pepper paste. Barley powder is full of fiber. Add minced onions and garlic to it and mix well. Add the minced beef and mix it again. That's the first step. Now, knead it well like dough.
Tamam gelirim abi, gelirim. Bir de diyelim ki bu çok zor şart.
Add the pepper paste and knead it again. It'll make you sweat. That's why men do this.
Abi çünkü bu güç isteyen bir yemek. Kadının gücü yetmez abi.
You must be tired. The cook wants to make it really spicy.
Yok abi yok, ona etkisi olmaz doğacının.
Hep o tarafa doğru yapıyorsun da bu tarafa doğru yapıyorsun.
Oraya geçmem lazım abi.
Don't you know that the cook can do what he wants? Finally, add parsley and fragrant grass. It's finally done. Make small chunks and you have delicious meatballs. This is a traditional dish for men called chikape. Try it. This is the only raw meat dish people eat in Turkey.
Çok güzel. Güzel.
Tadı nasıl?
Şöyle
Gourmet goes back thousands of years. This is a night for male bonding.
Afiyet bal şeker olsun size.
Yemek deyince akla gelen 3-5 yemekten bir tanesidir. İçine çiğ et konan tek yemektir. Lezzeti 10 numara.
These people know that cooking isn't only for women, and that making food makes life more abundant. Through cooking, people connect, cultures meet, and the past and present become one. Thank you, chefs, for making our lives more abundant. Vietnamese temple food plus Buddha's will. Cơm chè is a humble meal consisting of vegetables and tofu. Iftar is an evening feast which is extra meaningful because it is shared with everyone. Polish Easter food symbolizing worship and gratitude. Let's discover religious foods. Vietnam survived many foreign invasions. Today, half the population is Buddhist. Dinh Nhân Pagoda is the greatest temple in southern Vietnam. It was built in the 60s during the Vietnam War with a wish to regain independence and peace. The Buddhist monks played an important role in the independence movement and provided moral support to the citizens. The monks who are done meditating leave. They return to their temples to receive teachings. You can easily see temples in Ho Chi Minh and other residential areas. They are where people learn Buddhist beliefs. These days, the Vietnamese eat vegetarian meals, as do the Buddhist monks. The Buddhist believers eat vegetarian meals 4 days a month, according to Buddhist teachings prohibiting meat.
Mua rau không bữa nào có khi ăn bí, ăn cái cây này, họ mua rau.
The 30th, 1st, 14th, and 15th of each lunar month is Vegetarian Day. It's called Cơm chè. Cơm chè restaurants are crowded on those days. People who can't cook at home or people with family gatherings come to these restaurants. Everyone knows that vegetables are healthful, so the number of customers is on the rise. The food here seems a little different from temple food. It's called cơm chè, but it's not as modest as temple food.
Thế là chẳng như là mình những cái món trang trí là cái chả giò này có con công, lẩu thì có rồng, như ăn chả tôm thì có con quy.
Khan, another traditional temple food, is served in a coconut shell. You can taste the scent of the coconut.
Ăn cái này cảm thấy người sảng khoái, rất là ngon, rất tuyệt vời.
A fancy transformation of cơm chè. What do people think of the new cơm chè?
Tôi đã ăn trường tây, tôi ăn trường tây. Bài ăn cái này nó tốt.
Cái thứ nhất, cái thứ hai là những người đứng tuổi á, thường mà ăn vào tối mà ăn những cái món ăn này thì nó dễ.
The East and West meet in Turkey. 99% of the population is Muslim, but Having been ruled by Christian powers in the past, a unique culture exists among both Christian and Muslim relics. During Ramadan, Muslims fast and adhere to strict worship times. They wash their hands, feet, and face to prepare for worship. Ramadan is a time of fasting. You are not allowed to eat, smoke, drink, or have intercourse during the day. They believe this is a way to become closer to their God. They do a dance to become one with their God. The fasting ends at 5 in the evening. People move about busily to fill their hungry stomachs. It's time for iftar. First, they serve jujubes or olives. Hungry worshippers line up. They serve the food in an orderly manner and people sit down. The food makes their mouths water.
Yani eğer herhangi bir günde işim burada olursa ve yani gideceğim yere de iftara yetişemezsem ben de geliyorum tabii buraya. Ben de geliyorum.
With food in front of them, they wait for Yejan. It's hard to wait. The prayer finally begins. Shall we hear from the man who prepared the food?
Biz her sene Ramazan'da personelimize iftar yemeği veririz. Çalışanlara bir motive, çalışanlar için bir ekstra, onlarla onun mutluluğunu paylaşmak, onlarla beraber onların duygularını paylaşmak.
Iftar is a meal provided by the rich to the poor. It helps people strengthen their religious beliefs. Rich economists, politicians, or celebrities offer such a banquet. Even in common homes, people invite neighbors and relatives for iftar.
Bu belediyenin verdiği bir hizmet bize. Biz de çocuklarımızı gezdirmeye çıktığımız için eve yetişemedik. Buraya geldik.
İslamiyet, Allah'ın insanlara nimeti.
Yani burada oruç tutup buraya gelip insanların aynı amaç doğrultusunda gelmesi, aynı şeyi, aynı ortamı paylaşıp, aynı çatıda bulunması güzel bir duygu yani bence.
When the meal is almost over, the scene gets loud. It's time for entertainment. A singer performs and people clap to the music. Iftar has the power to bring everyone, from young children to the elderly, together to Allah.
Ramazan kelimesini ilk duyduğum an oruç. Oruçtur. Böyle eski günleri hatırlamak ve çok güzel.
95% of the population is Catholic in Poland, and Easter is an important festival for Christians. Every year at Easter, every home makes a special food and holds a food festival.
To jest najbardziej popularny baranek cukrowy.
Every year at Easter, a cooking festival is held in Poland. There are pretty Easter cakes, homemade sausages, and roasted wild boar with baked apples. What are these chicks used for? They are decorations. Some pieces are made over a month.
Większość, właściwie prawie całe ozdoby zostały wykonane z siana podkolorowywanego, z bibuły, czyli tak jak dawniej się robiło wszystkie ozdoby ludowe.
Koncepcja właśnie w tym momencie powstaje.
O.
Famous restaurant owners and chefs have added ideas to create the Easter festival. They decorate eggs, which symbolize Easter, and have lamb, which stands for Jesus. There are a lot of pork dishes. They have cold Polish ham and pretty colorful cakes. There's something that can't be left out on this day. It is pisanki. They are colorful and fancy. An old lady is making some in one corner. She dyes boiled eggs and scrapes them with a knife to make pretty pisanki. You can keep this for a long time.
Zagotowuje się lekutko, żeby tylko kolor, bo jakby długo to jest ciemniejszy, a tak to jest trochę jaśniejszy. Tu jest zamek, zobaczcie. Baranów są.
The food festival is always crowded with people. They share love and blessings through Easter food. It's always better with loved ones.
Także na razie jest doskonałe.
Wspaniałe.
Religious foods of different countries used to represent worship and gratitude. Whether Buddhist, Muslim, or Christian, people believe that food has power. The true meaning of religion can be found in the sharing of food.